Hey everybody, it's Ray. Welcome back to another video. Today, what I'm going to be talking about is something that I believe a lot of people are struggling with in terms of gaming nowadays, but don't really want to reach out or essentially say it in overall terms. So as I get older, I come to realize that, I still enjoy gaming, but I don't enjoy certain game areas as much as I do. And I think it's because for me personally, as I got older, kind of looked into how games were made and how stuff like that, and I can kind of see when developers were lazy and stuff like that, and that's what makes me not like a certain game. And it's unfortunate because when I was younger, I didn't really care about that. I found enjoyment regardless. However, let's get on to the main topic of the video. I feel like a lot of the games today are just rehashed and resigned. There's nothing new to really offer to this whole new generation or the older gamers. Now, that is a plus and a minus, and it also depends on how much of a gamer you are, because if you've played a ton of games in your life, then nothing really feels new. But if you've only played a certain type of game in your life and then you expand to the others, it feels new. Let me give you a good example. If you've only played Call of Duty your entire life and then you go and you play Witcher 3, man, it'll feel crazy because you've never played something like that. If you played something like Skyrim and then you play Witcher 3, yes, it's different, but it's kind of the same thing in the fact that, they're both open world games. But, however, they are completely different games. But if you just go from Call of Duty to Call of Duty to Call of Duty, it's the exact same game. And I think, unfortunately, the game market today has suffered with saturation. The saturation of too many games that are the same. The saturation of too many games that follow one formula. The saturation of too many games of, hey, these big AAA developers know this works, so they keep doing it over and over again because they know it's going to bring in some sort of money. And I think when you factor that in, a lot of people have stepped away from gaming, not because they don't love gaming anymore, but essentially it's just too saturated with the same kind of boring things that people see. And I think that's what it really comes down to, is not the fact being of people are essentially, they just don't love gaming anymore. They're just bored of seeing the same sort of things. A lot of people that I know who loved gaming stepped away from gaming when it just all became about Battle Royale, because it was the exact same thing. It was nothing brand new. Sure, it was a different game, and sure, it was different characters, and sure, it was different, a way different loot, but it's the same sort of thing. Oh, there's 100 players, survive till the end. And that's essentially all it is. And for a lot of people, that became a very, very boring aspect, and they don't like that. It's kind of like when you sit here and you just go, oh yeah, let me rehash and redo the same video over again, but add different words, and that's all it is. Or put a brand new color correction on the video. A lot of people aren't going to like that because they're going to know it's the exact same video. You see what I'm saying here? There's also the factor in of there's a lot of things that are done in games these days to grab the younger generation's attention as opposed to really narrowing it down to detail. And when we do get games that are amazing and absolutely blown away, it's like once every 3 to 5 years, which is a long time. It is not a long time for video game development, trust me, but it is a long time for us as the viewer looking outside in, because we're like, oh man, why can't this come along? But then at the same time, these games that are dropping that we expect to be great, you kind of just sort of sit here and you're able to realize when developers are reusing things or when developers get lazy. Especially in the day and age where we pay a lot of times $60 for a new game or $70 for a new game, and we are not getting a $70 complete game because developers feel like they can essentially half patch it to fix the issues. And this is not how it should be for games. And I think a lot of people are noticing the redesigns of games and the laziness from developers, and the fact we're not getting completely 100% full games most of the time. Granted, there are games like Ghost of Tsushima and different games like that, etc., stuff like that. But I mean, out of the large majority of it, the gaming situation is saturated with half-assed done games that have microtransactions to make it up, or they add updates in later or DLC. And I think a lot of people are just sick and tired of it, and that's why a lot of people delve away from gaming nowadays. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Actually, let me know your opinion in the comment section below on what you think of the modern state of gaming, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.